Hi, I'm Ricky Young with your daily look behind the news here at the San Diego Union-Tribune. If you've got questions, let us know. Please type them there under the Facebook Live, and we'll see if we can get them answered. We'd like to make this as interactive as possible. Very serious news yesterday out of San Bruno in Northern California, which is the headquarters of YouTube. And a YouTuber, as it turns out, from San Diego was involved in the whole thing, and here to tell about it is our breaking news editor, Dana Littlefield. Dana, what's going on?
Okay, well, a little bit of news this morning. I'll start with that, and that is the woman whose name is Nasim Aghdam. She actually lived in San Diego. Family members have said she lived with her grandmother up in the Forest Ranch area. And so the news this morning is that about 9:30 this morning, officers, there's a marked sheriff's vehicle, they turned up outside the apartment complex. They're going in there. Looks like they're serving a search warrant up there. So backing away from that just a bit, so as I'm sure many of the viewers know, there was this incident yesterday at YouTube headquarters. Late last night we got confirmation that the woman involved who has taken her life is Nasim Aghdam. She is pictured here. Actually, this photo comes from a Union-Tribune story from back in 2009 when she was at a protest outside the gates at Camp Pendleton, protesting the military's use of pigs in trauma training. Oh. Yeah, so this is a photograph that we have of her that was taken then.
To stop torturing animals?
Yes, yes.
Camp Pendleton?
Exactly.
She's holding a sword.
Yes.
And she's got the blood on her pants there.
Right.
Yeah.
Painted blood drops. So a spokesperson for PETA actually got back to us today. We reached out late last night, and that person mentioned that Aghdam showed up at a couple of protests way back then, back in 2009, but then just kind of disappeared on them. Her phone number changed, and they didn't interact with her anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to be following up on this case. We'll be looking for any updates that we can get out of the San Bruno Police Department, where the investigation is ongoing, and people are being treated. 3 people are being treated in hospitals for their wounds. There was a 4th person who I believe suffered a leg injury, not a bullet wound.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking into all of this, and we will continue our efforts to reach out to family members, to people who may have known her, interacted with her. Any information that you all can give us, we will certainly take it.
And so originally there were reports that it was some sort of domestic thing with like a boyfriend at the YouTube. Then that seemed to stop appearing in the stories. Is that turned out not to be the case? She's just a
that's the way it looks.
Disgruntled video maker.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the way it looks. I mean, initially, as you just mentioned, the reports were that this was some kind of domestic issue, and that one of the victims may have been a boyfriend of the shooter. The authorities seem to have backed away from that, and now they are saying that this was essentially a person who, it looks like, of course the investigation is still underway, but it looks like she had a beef with, she had a problem with YouTube, and part of that had to do with her impression that they were suppressing her videos, and that she wasn't getting the revenue from her content that she expected. We found a personal website of hers that notes several YouTube channels that she had, some of which spoke about veganism and animal rights activism. There were several references to Farsi. There was YouTube vegan, YouTube Farsi. There were Instagram pages that were referenced, but a lot of these links have been taken down. At least the YouTube channels have been disabled as of yesterday.
Do we have any sense of how long she lived here?
We don't have any sense. Well, The information that we have thus far seems to indicate that she had a couple of residences here in San Diego County up until about 2012, and that's where the records seem to kind of go away. She has plenty of relatives in Riverside County, it looks like. Her father lives in Riverside County, in Menifee specifically. Now, her brother indicated to another news outlet that she had been living with her grandmother in the Forest Ranch area, as I mentioned earlier. How long she lived there is unclear. As a matter of fact, there was a conflicting report last night saying that she was living with her father in Menifee. So that needs a little bit of clarification there. But last we were told she was living at least temporarily, at the residence in Forest Ranch.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know your team is working hard to get answers on all this, and we'll keep you informed as we move along. And join us again tomorrow for this look behind the news.